Find out how to be true blue surviving the big blue. Explore the holy city lost many, many years ago. And you are a pirate in space!
All this and more today on Locked On.
Hi everyone, it's Open Mike Knight here, and today we're going to be looking at a game called Valdis Story, Abyssal City, developed and published by Endless Fluff Games. The story is that over 40 years ago, the goddess Valdis was killed by her daughter, the dark goddess Mirgato. Since this event, Mirgato has been at war with her twin sister, Alagath, the goddess of light. This perpetual war is fueled by human souls that the gods used to create their warriors. Mirgato twisting souls into demons, and Alagath manipulating souls to create angels. Each day, the remaining human population dwindles as they are forced to choose a side or die. You choose your hero in this action exploration platformer as you explore the ruins of a holy city that was lost many years ago. You battle various types of demons and angels, which are really cool, and a new threat known as pharaohs. Use your swordsmanship, martial arts, and sorcery. There are many customizable skills and equipment that'll aid you through your journey also. There are 4 characters. There's Wyatt, a warrior that is in search of his missing father. Reyna, a girl that is very powerful in soul manipulation. Vladin, who has a demon arm because of angelic experiments, and if that's not the most badass thing you've ever heard, then I don't know what is. And Gilda, a demon whose family was high up in the demon army until her grandfather fled from battle. In this game, the combination of the magic attacks and your regular physical attacks with the magic you use makes a really cool slash 'em up. Also with the awesome art, like the skeletons I've been fighting early on, and awesome cool boss characters that are the pharaohs, which I experienced really close to the start of the game, which was really cool. Also, I really like the soundtrack in the background. It's got a great set of music behind it. It has awesome reviews on the IndieDB website, almost all of them being 10. I only saw one that was like a 4 or a 3, and I think that was just some trolls. So overall making this game a 9.2 on the community rating, which is fantastic, and it should be, because the game really has the all-around smooth edges of a great game. For more information on Valdis Story, it has its own website. It should be in the description below, where you can purchase this great game for only $14.99. And if you're more in the Desura type, it also is on Desura, and Valdis has been greenlit and is also available on Steam, where you can purchase there. So to wrap this up, the amazing features of this game are the intense combat weaving of sorcery and sword together. Also finding the magic souls that aid in your combat, leveling up your awesome stats, which make your character more powerful, the weapon upgrades and the armor, and unique accessories that can give you an edge in combat. These interconnected zones also let you explore new areas. And the thing I really like in total is the gamepad support. So you can plug in your Xbox 360 controller and go to town.
No indie game would be complete without me first butchering the development team's names. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get this out of the way before we dive into how fantastic this new sandbox crafting game is. Under the Ocean is a game that was developed by Chris T. Guillen, Michael Reitzenstein, and Farmer Gnome. I guess that's all he wants to go by. And he is the artist, so if that's how he wants to be known, then so be it. Now this game, unlike some of the others that I've done before, actually has a legacy to it. Paul Greasley, aka Farmer Gnome, developed the game Under the Garden in 2010, and this game is supposed to be a direct life sequel of it. Now the original game was a bit of a 2D pixelated platformer crafter. It was an interesting mix, and this one has opted for a more 3D / two-dimensional environment. The graphics are much more developed and fleshed out. There is the ability to go up and down and walk through doors, climbing up ladders, and instead of being a simple platformer, this game revolves almost entirely around crafting to survive. Now most people will automatically hear crafting and think Minecraft. Now that game has become iconic with the word crafting. That's completely understandable, but this game is a bit different. Instead of being able to place any block or destroy any block in the game in order to build however you want, this game has also decided that they want to be able to put down some challenges. They want platforming challenges. You having to climb along vines, up ladders, fight mobs, solve puzzles, use the physics engine without being able to simply place blocks or destroy blocks wherever you find them in order to advance and bypass the puzzles. They want you to be forced to actually use your brains and to use the creation software and powers that you have at your disposal in order to find a way around challenges instead of simply building your way through it or destroying your way through it. Now, they found several ways, as the game has changed, in order to try to force you into learning how to craft without being able to craft anything, anywhere, and placing blocks anywhere you could possibly choose. There are several benches throughout the game that allow you to do different things. You have your tool belt, which allows you to craft things that you find. You'll have various other workbenches, such as a regular workbench and an advanced workbench that you can put materials in. Now again, unlike Minecraft, instead of just placing things in a specific pattern, you actually just have to have the materials that are needed somewhere in the workbench, and then off to the side it'll tell you what you can or cannot craft. So you can actually have multiple recipes available with the materials that you have in there, and you just have to pick and choose exactly what it is that you want to create. Now, construction mode is another mode that's available in this game. I didn't quite figure it out, but after the fact, I went and looked everything up, and apparently with one of the newer alpha updates, there is a bench that you can learn how to craft yourself, which will allow you completely free motion and a free range of abilities. So you'll be able to defy gravity and pick things up, change them into background materials or foreground materials. You have to build a frame that your house can actually be connected to, rotate items in order to connect them to different things. Some of the items that you can build will actually have different feats. So you'll have connector corners that tie two logs together, and then if you press a switch after you've connected it to this little piece, the logs will smash together or form a catapult to launch things across the sky. Creating guns and spears, knives, axes, and pickaxes all have different effects, and as you would imagine, some of them are made specifically for attacking, while most of them are used for both attacking and utilitarian purposes. Going down and bashing a rock with a pickaxe will make it explode and allow you to pick up ore, which you can smelt in a forge. Chopping down a tree with an axe will allow you to collect logs. You can either have really huge logs in your inventory, which is kind of odd to think about walking around with, or you can chop the tree into much smaller pieces and place those in your inventory. Now you can either take a piece of flint and set some things on fire, setting smaller items on fire and then moving those closer to larger items so that they catch the big logs on fire as well, or you can actually create a fireplace, and anything flammable that can fit in the fireplace will automatically ignite, which is very important because this game has quite a few status ailments and status effects that you have to be up to date with. Your character is more or less human. Even though he looks like a big blue blob, he needs food and water, he needs a place to feel safe, he needs to be able to get out of the rain when it starts raining, he needs a place to call home. It's up to you to develop the things that are necessary in order to build that home. You need a roof over your head, a confined area so that you can heat it up with a fireplace. You need to create weapons so that you can kill animals and butcher them in order to create meat and feed yourself. There's a whole ton of things that need to be done in order for you to survive. This game has been available for quite a while on Steam, and if you buy it now, you get access to currently alpha version number 8, but you'll get access to every single alpha that comes down the line. Now they have a lot of plans for this game. They want to turn it into something really big and fancy. They want multiplayer, they want huge levels, they want to increase the art design. They want everything they can possibly do with this game to make it beautiful, to make the story compelling, to make the crafting addicting, and to make the world come to life on your computer screen. So if you're interested, head to underthegarden.com or simply go on Steam and look for Under the Ocean. It's usually available for about $10, but sometimes you can catch it on sale and get it for far less than that. I really encourage you to check this game out, especially if you're a big fan of crafting survival type games. It may not look like much, but I guarantee you that once you get started, you will spend hours and hours trying to figure out exactly what it is that needs to be done. I would also recommend, however, that you check out some of the dev blogs and maybe visit the forums in order to really get used to how the game works and functions. It suffers from that little Minecraft problem where there's not really much of a tutorial, so you'll find yourself feeling pretty lost pretty quickly. Asking for help on an alpha version of a game, well, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Just keep in mind that this is indeed alpha, so with all the content and the different materials that they've already crammed in, when this game comes to fruition, you're going to have a fantastic new addition to the crafting sandbox survival game type.
Pirates of New Horizons is a game developed by Exit Strategy Entertainment. It is a massive platforming game based in space as you play as, well, you guessed it, a space pirate. The space pirate in question's name is Anna, A-N-N-H-A, and the flying cat, Professor Hinchworth. The game is an absolute beauty to uphold. The game is an absolutely gorgeous rendition of an outer space pirate looking for a little space booty, if I may. The game takes on multiple elements from multiple famous games to help bring an entire world together in the world of Pirates of New Horizons. It takes the platforming elements of Super Mario 64. It takes the pirate-style humor of the series Monkey Island, the combat elements from the game God of War, and the colorful art styles from The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. After getting my hands on the game and playing around for a bit, the game plays magnificently. It is very smooth in its movements and very smooth in the way it teaches you how to play the game. From teaching you how to double jump, to Sparta kick things around to get to higher places, to how to actually save your special little kitty as he got trapped underneath this giant metal beam. The cat itself is a great addition to the game because it gives you a sidekick to help you unlock areas that you couldn't normally get to otherwise. I love the idea of a sidekick in a game like this. I was a big fan of games like Jak and Daxter when you got to play with those two guys. Big Donkey Kong fan with Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong and all of their family here on and 4 out. And of course the most recent game that I played, Dust, where you had that little flying little awesome kitty cat looking thingy that throws fireballs around. So I am a huge fan of the sidekick genre, so this game was right up my alley. If you're a fan of having a little critter running around and doing your dirty work, Pirates of the New Horizon is a good game for you. The combat system is a lot of fun. Like I said, it brings a little bit of the aspect of God of War to it in terms of how you actually chain together combos. The AI for the enemies is also really top-notch. They blocked a lot of my attacks that were coming my way, and I almost died in the tutorial area because I got cocky. The game itself is absolutely huge. I only managed to get past the beginning level, but from what I've seen from other videos and other pictures, there is just a massive universe for you to explore with you and your little henchman kitty cat of justice. So if you're looking for just a awesome game to spend some time on that literally right now has nothing I can tell negative about it, I was thoroughly enjoying myself when I was playing this game, so I know you will too if you give it a shot. If you're looking for a game to fill up the empty voids and you just love platforming goodness as a pirate of the open air in the outer space realms, go check out Pirates of New Horizons. The game has currently been suspended for development, so there's no future things planned currently, but you can still download the game off of their website right now over at piratesofnewhorizons.com. Go ahead and give the game a try. It's a lot of fun, and happy pirating.
And that'll wrap things up for us today here on Locked On. Make sure you hit the subscribe button above. Make sure you go check out the games that we talked about listed below. And make sure you come back next time for all things indie. I'm your boy Raven, and you are officially Locked On.